watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Ministry of Health announces 603 new confirmed COVID-19 cases registered in the Sultanate. With heavy rains, the effects of the tropical condition continue in the wilayas of the Governorate of Dhofar. And various government bodies continue their efforts in dealing with the tropical condition in the Governorate of Dhofar. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The Ministry of Health announced the death of a 76-year-old male citizen, which makes the total COVID-19 deaths in the Sultanate to 42. It also announced 603 new confirmed cases, which brings the total number registered in the Sultanate to 10,423. The Ministry of Health stressed that 2,400 cases have been recovered. Through a telephone call earlier in the day, His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Saidi, Minister of Health, said that the total number of recovery cases in the Sultanate reached 2,400. He added that it's expected that the COVID-19 cases will increase in the coming days. It's noticed that there have been a number of iftar gatherings and performing Taraweeh prayer during the holy month of Ramadan. He urged everyone to strictly adhere to the COVID-19 prevention instructions, especially wearing masks and washing hands with soap and water after touching surfaces.
Within the efforts to limit the spread of COVID-19, the ministry advises all citizens and residents to keep on washing hands with water and soap. Avoid touching the face, nose, mouth and eyes. Follow hygienic habits when coughing and sneezing. Adhere strictly to social distancing instructions. Stay at home and not to go out unless absolutely necessary. Adhering to isolation and social distancing will prevent you, your family, and the community from COVID-19. Stay safe.
Latest weather charts and the analysis of the National Multi-Hazards Early Warning Center indicate that the tropical depression located over the Governorate of Dhofar, with an estimated surface wind speed around the center between 17 and 25 knots, 30 and 45 kilometers per hour, with chances of moving to the west during the coming hours. Continuous heavy rain is expected during the next 24 hours, associated with fresh to strong winds with chances of flooding over low-lying and coastal areas, and increase in wadi's flow with reduction in horizontal visibility. Chances of cloud advection and isolated rain over the southern parts of Al-Wusta Governorate are expected, and seas will be rough along the Governorate of Dhofar with a maximum wave height of 5 meters, and along the Governorate of Al-Wusta and South Sharqiyya with maximum wave height around 3 meters. The Public Authority for Civil Aviation advises the public to take precautions and stay away from the low-lying areas, avoid crossing flowing wadis, and not to venture out to the sea. To know more about the weather situation in the Governorate of Dhofar, we have from the National Multi-Hazard Early Warning Center our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi. Hi Saleh, how are you?
Hi Dalia.
Saleh, can you give us the latest developments about the weather condition in Dhofar?
Sure, Dalia. The weather charts indicate that the tropical depression is located over Dhofar Governorate, and it's expected to move west northwest in the coming hours. To get more updates about the situation there, I have got here with me Mansour bin Hilal al-Shabibi. He is a meteorological specialist at PACA. So, Mansour, welcome.
Thank you.
Could you please give us the latest updates about this tropical depression affecting Dhofar Governorate?
The latest weather chart of National Multi-Hazard Early Warning Center shows that the tropical depression is located currently over the Dhofar Governorate and is likely to move westwards to northwestwards, associated with heavy rain and strong winds. Currently, the wind speed around the center is 17 to 25 knots, which is 30 to 45 kilometers per hour.
What about the amount of rain expected in the coming 24 hours, and what the situation is going to intensify or decrease as well?
The amount of rain expected within next 24 hours is 100 to 200 millimeters, associated with fresh to strong winds. Associated with fresh to strong winds. Also, there is possibilities of clouds advection over Al-Wusta, with chances of isolated rain of 10 to 30 millimeters.
Great. And what about the expectation of this tropical depression in the coming 24 hours? How is it going to develop, and the particular areas going to be affected, especially if we talk also about Al-Wusta Governorate?
Currently, it's likely to move with its intensification, but gradually it will, after 24 hours, it will gradually weakening after 24 hours.
Thank you, Mansour. So, Dalia, these are the latest developments of the tropical depression affecting Dhofar Governorate. And as we can see here, the meteorology specialists at PACA are working day and night to analyze the charts, weather analysis, to give the public the latest warnings and issue the relevant warnings as well. So the Public Authority for Civil Aviation advises the public to follow these official sources.
Thank you, Saleh and Mr. Mansour al-Shabibi for the updates. That was our reporter, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi from the National Multi-Hazard Early Warning Center. Still to come on News Bulletin. Haraj Jama al-Busaid is one of the ancient lanes in the Wilaya of Adam.
Non-compliance with the directives of the Supreme Committee dealing with coronavirus COVID-19 exposes you to risk and legal action. Stay safe.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The effects of the tropical condition continue in the wilayas of the Governorate of Dhofar, with heavy rains accompanied by gusty winds and wadi flows, in addition to raising the water level in some low-lying areas. The wilaya of Taqa recorded the highest level of rainwater during the last hours, reaching 178 millimeters, followed by the wilaya of Marbat by 163 millimeters, and then the wilaya of Salala by 154 millimeters. The water level in Wadi Sahalnud Dam along with Salala City Dam also increased huge quantities. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources stressed that the dams are working efficiently. On the other hand, the search and rescue teams were able to recover the body of a second missing person in Wadi Ain Arzat and Salala, as the search continues for another missing person in Wadi Daboon in the wilaya of Thimrit. Various government bodies continue their efforts in dealing with the tropical condition in the Governorate of Dhofar. The National Committee for Emergency Cases Management stressed that the main roads are clear except for Thambrit Al-Mazyuna Road and alternative ways were paved. It pointed out that there were no power outage and the sewage system are working with their maximum capacity in the wilaya of Salalah with the activation of the emergency line to the sea. The committee also clarified that the communications network and the waste management service are also active in all the wilayas of the governorate despite being affected in some areas. The work continues to provide water service in the area of Sahel Noud. The Salalah Port Management announced that the operations in the port are resuming gradually after being stopped yesterday due to the tropical condition. The Dhofar municipality drained the water pools in some areas and removed the waste and obstacles on the roads and the residential areas, including services institutions in the governorate. On its part, the Ministry of Environment and Climate Affairs activated the Center for Monitoring Pollution, and it raised the level of preparedness of support and response teams for environmental pollution and climate condition in the governorate of Dhofar. Harat Jama al-Busaid is one of the ancient lanes in the wilaya of Adam, in which the founder of the state of al-Busaid was born. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai.
Amid shady gardens of palm and citrus trees, here is Harat Jama al-Busaid, located in the wilaya of Adam in the governorate of Ad-Dakhiliya. Harat or Lane Jama al-Busaid maintains its civilizational and archaeological identity, and it is sufficient that it includes the house that witnessed the birth of Imam Ahmed bin Sa'id al-Busaidi and is considered one of the most prominent houses of the lane. The lane is located in the southwestern side of the center of the wilaya, and it is an integral part of the traditional Omani architecture that reflects one of the stages of the development of the lanes in the Sultanate. It is like other ancient lanes characterized by the integration of their civil, defense, and religious configurations and units. Most of the houses in the lane are two-story and consist of a country yard surrounded by rooms and facilities built of mud and of low depth to facilitate the process of roofing, and its sizes and facilities vary according to the number of family members, their potentials, and their social level. The number of houses in Harat Jama al-Busaid is about 120, and it has 10 wells, in addition to 6 towers and a fortified entrance that penetrates the walls of the lane and its adjacent houses. This ancient lane is undergoing a process of restoration from time to time by the Minister of Heritage and Culture to become an open museum displaying daily life forms, architectural styles, and associated customs and traditions.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Ministry of Health announces 603 new confirmed COVID-19 cases registered in the Sultanate. With heavy rains, the effects of the tropical condition continue in the wilayas of the governorate of Dhofar. And various government bodies continue their efforts in dealing with the tropical condition in the governorate of Dhofar. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsrooms and the studios, thank you for watching and have a good night.
نظرا لتأثر أجواء السلطنة بحالة جوية مصحوبة بأمطار غزيرة وتأثيراتها على شكل أودية وبرك مائية، يهيب المركز الوطني للإنذار المبكر من المخاطر المتعددة وشرطة عمان السلطانية بالمواطنين والمقيمين والزوار إلى الانتباه وأخذ الحيطة والحذر في تجنب عبور الأودية عند جريانها، وتجنب الجلوس وترك المركبات في مجاريها ومجاري الشعاب، وعدم البقاء في الأماكن المنخفضة، والاستمرار في متابعة النشرات والتحذيرات والإرشادات الصادرة عن الحالة الجوية عبر وسائل الإعلام المحلية.